Hey everyone, welcome to the vlog. If you're new here, I'm JB. For those of you who are always watching, welcome back. Kind of hard to believe that we're already 5 episodes into this whole vlog thing. And so if you like what you're watching, please like, subscribe, comment down below on things you want to see. There's a lot of topics that I want to talk about, a lot of things that I want to share, so please continue to support the channel. Thanks, guys. For today's topic, we're going to talk about what I like to call life on cinematic mode. I think a lot of people think my life looks like this. But in reality, it looks a lot like this. So when it comes to being a content creator, I think a lot of people think every day is just popping off, but the reality is it's not. And actually, life doesn't look like what you just watched. It looks more like this. But if I'm being honest, I personally think that the only reason why life looks cool when you guys watch my vlogs and my videos is because I like to document life as it happens. It's actually not too difficult. At first, you might feel really cringe at yourself. I still feel that way sometimes, but I think over time, I would much prefer to point my camera at what's happening in front of me and kind of documenting it instead of trying to scroll through my phone all the time and wishing that my life looked cool or cinematic or whatever have you. Which brings us to today's topic, how I film and how I make my life look cinematic. But before we do that, let's clear out the quest log first. So remember in like episode 1, maybe 2 of the vlog, I said I'm active in church. The reason why we're here in Texas is for a choir gathering. Usually when we do choir gatherings, it's just for our district. So like our part of the world, which in our case is Orange County, California. But this time around, it was like the first time they did the entire United States. So we couldn't miss this, and that's why we're here. But yeah. Tomorrow is a free day for us before we head back home. So we're going to finally explore, eat all the good stuff, and see you guys around Texas. Alright guys, today we're filming a proposal. But first, we need coffee. Just kidding guys, we're not getting coffee here. The line is too long and we have to be there.
Didn't know it was gonna be like that.
Dang it. We'll just go like this.
Also,
and they're gonna enter in somewhere over there, and then once they cross over, then I'm gonna make my way down this path and then hide over there and then start taking pictures. Alright guys, today was a success.
woohoo!
Side quest complete. Alright everyone, so here's some tips and tricks to filming and what I like to do, especially me being pretty shy in public. But yeah, first things first, you will need your camera of choice. It doesn't have to be a camera like this, but if you do have a camera like this and your lens has custom buttons like so, what I like to do is the following. Let's say I'm walking around, but I don't want people to feel like I'm filming them. Typically, if you're just holding your camera like this against your chest, it doesn't look like you're filming anything. It looks like I'm just holding my camera. What I'll do is I program this custom button to start recording. So I'll literally check all my settings first, dial that in, put my camera to my chest like so, press record, boom. I'm walking around and I'm able to get people talking, and I'm able to film my friends having fun, and I'm able to film what I see around me. Yeah, cheat codes. Another thing too, cameras. I know I talked about what I use to vlog in the previous episode. There's other tools that I use too. For example, I talk about my phone a lot. Pretty good. This is literally just in your pocket all the time. You can just film, boom, boom, whatever have you. People aren't super sussed out when you have your phone filming, but yeah. Another option when it's very busy and you can't really bring a camera out or you're too scared to is a small camera like this. The DJI Osmo Pocket 3, very small camera. Flip that, turns on, you're ready to go and start filming. DJI also has the Action lineup, the Action 5. That's also a very good camera. I don't have one, but it is very good. Trust me on that one. Small cameras like that. Insta360, the DJI Nano, all of that. If you really want to be discreet, if you're really shy like me, small cameras are going to be your best friend. But yeah. Those are some tips on how I film out in public. All right, guys, here's another way I film. It's kind of like what I'm doing right now with filming this talking head. I have my camera on a tripod. Let me, that's what it looks like on a tripod. But in my case, when I'm vlogging, I mentioned it before, I'm not big on bringing my tripod out and about. So I do have a mini tripod. And then what I'll do if I'm out with friends, for example, is if we're eating at a table or something, I'll just set this on the table and then I just start recording and we're good to go. But yeah, it's another way I like to film, using a mini tripod. Same thing with your phones, guys. Let me grab something real quick. Be right back. We're back. So even with phones too, mini tripods, you have a ton of options. For example, this thing from Ulanzi, it's MagSafe. You just take your phone, MagSafe, boom, and you're good to go. Do like this, do like this. This even opens up. Mini tripod. Yep, there's a lot of different ways to film. There's a lot of ways to make it possible. And yeah. Hello, everyone. More tips and tricks coming your way. Another way I like to make my life look cool is to try out different angles. For example, my camera right now is on the floor. Boom, my camera is on the floor. But yeah, trying out different angles is the key to providing unique viewing experiences for your audience and just providing a really different way of seeing life. For example, instead of just talking straight to a camera, I can talk up to the camera like I'm doing right now. What does that look like? Let me show you. That's what it looks like. All right, guys, so I think the most important takeaway though, as far as documenting your life, is to honestly just hit record. Right now, I am just holding my camera on a mini tripod, just walking around. The footage is not stable at all, but I think that's also key to my style. It's very run and gun. I very rarely use gimbals, even for like creative work and for freelancing and professional stuff, but just hit record. And I think just having that really unstable type of footage helps, personally speaking. I think it helps the audience feel like they're walking with me, and that you guys are hanging out with me. So I like providing those types of experiences where I like to make the viewer feel like you're here hanging out with me right now. So yeah, I think just record and you'll naturally just get a ton of good content. And then of course, after you get all the footage is where I think a lot of the fun happens, which is editing. Let me give you a quick rundown of how I like to edit and make these videos for you guys. See you guys at the computer. Let's go. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the studio. I'm gonna walk you guys through a very quick overview of how I like to edit and stay organized. This isn't gonna be a full in-depth video. I'll save that for another time, so that way you guys can get a little inside look on how all the magic happens. So if you take a look at my screen over here. All right, so what I like to do is I like to name my projects by what it is. So for example, New York, I have this whole folder dedicated, how I organize everything. I have a little date template that I just copy paste. It has all the necessary folders, camera, file types, so on and so forth. We have day one, everything's organized nice. And yeah, so we got the 7C2 footage, ZVE1, and then from there I edit in Final Cut. So if we look at the project file, this is what a project final edit will typically look like. There's a lot of colors going on, but I promise it'll all make sense. Final Cut has this cool feature now where you just click that and then boom, everything's nice and orderly. So these little colored sections here helps me to organize things. Like I know that this whole section is gonna be day 1, this whole thing's day 2, so on and so forth. And then if I know there's a section that I will, like, I know this is gonna be here, I'll add it in with a little block, if you want to call it that. I'll label it. So this one is vlog intro, and it literally says here quick montage of New York, which is what I did. So things like that help me to stay organized. From there, I do have a LUT set up, so this just helps color everything to be pretty standard across the board, and then I have correction and adjustment layers as needed in order to adjust the footage. So if we take all of this away, this clip actually looks very flat. It looks like this. Boom. And then we start adding the LUT first is what I do. And then because this LUT, what I uses S-Log3 footage. So it colors that, and then depending on how the image looks, I'll add a correction layer, added a bit of warmth back to the image. Yeah, as far as audio and sound tracking goes, you'll see a lot of this as ES. I use Epidemic Sound. If you somehow stumble across this, I'm down to be sponsored. Save money, live better. Yeah, so Epidemic Sound has everything you need to get your videos nice. Got sound effects, got everything here, swooshes, ambiance, music. You can sort by different types, different genres, and yeah. So if we go to a different project file, just so we can see other things, I recently posted this on my Instagram, vibes not views. This one, I'm starting to test out a new plugin as far as coloring goes. There's a software called Dehancer, but to be honest, it's very expensive. I've never used it. I've always wanted to dabble into it, but it's just cost-wise is not friendly for me. So I'm using this thing called Emulate. It's pretty cool. They market themselves as being a cheaper and faster alternative to Dehancer. I can confirm for sure that it is significantly cheaper. I don't know about performance and stuff because I've never used Dehancer before, but what it is, I'm still learning the ins and outs. But I have, for example, this clip here. Obviously I have my LUT, and then underneath it I do have Emulate, and what that does is it has all of these different layers that you can add to it, and then all of these are ordered in a way that makes sense from an editing standpoint. So if I just take this out, this is what the footage looks like with just the LUT applied. From here, what we notice is that the image is very pink. There's a lot of pinks and reds going on. You can't really tell that the grass is super green, sky can't tell it's blue. We lose a lot of the blacks. When we turn this on, you see that we start to recover a lot of those colors to my liking. And how that is achieved is through all of this here. So the density, this allows us to adjust saturation and stuff of the various colors. So reds, I adjusted that a bit. Skin tones, you can also see it does that, and then so on and so forth with all the other colors. Boom, boom, boom. And then underneath that, we have this. I haven't messed too much around with the actual look designer. I know Emulate offers different looks and LUTs for specific cameras. Let's actually just try that together. So we take that out, and then from here you select your camera. So I am using a Sony, and I am using S-Log3 S-Gamut 3 Cine. So I selected the camera, and then we select the look. From here, let's just put 16 mil just to see what that looks like, and boom, pretty cool. Let me just turn off the density. Actually, we're kind of figuring this out together, guys. So if I do this and then do that, let's mess with the yellows a bit, get some more of that to pop out. Skin tones, I'm looking behind right now, so I can't really tell too much. Oh, there we go. Looking forward, it's actually not too bad. From here we can adjust things like exposure, contrast, white balance. This is where I was able to fix a lot of those colors. For example, if I take that out, we notice that the image again is very pink. Yeah, white balance is very off, so boom, fix that. And then you could add things such as bloom and halation, and then film grain as well. Pretty cool plugin. I am going to be experimenting a lot with this over the next few edits. This whole thing gave me a lot of cool ideas when it comes to coloring, especially with looking back at old footage. I have some ideas that I want to cook up with all of that. So yeah, pretty cool stuff so far. Here for the vlogs, I like to do things called quest logs because I play a lot of video games, play Final Fantasy, play a lot of role-playing games, to be honest. And if you do play those kinds of games, you know that there are so many main quests, side quests, character stories, character quests, so on and so forth. So I try to incorporate things like that into the vlog. So we have the intro, we got the little title screen, and then before we jump into all of the teaching and the stuff that I like to do, topics I want to talk about, we jump into the side quest. I like to do main quests first because those are always important. And then from there, we jump into the side quests and then jumped right back into the main topic of the vlog. From there, so that way it's not too much talking, I'll add like a life lately section, or if you've played any gacha games, your daily commissions, I'll kind of add another section kind of as a nod to that. And then yeah, boom, miscellaneous stuff. And then we have more of the main topic stuff. I'm filming this before it gets into the final edit. So what we see here is, to break it up, I have this section here, shot on Apple Log 2. And then over here is where we see editing and how I edit, which is pretty crazy because yeah, I'm filming it right now and it's gonna live here. But yeah, quick little overview, quick little insight of how I edit, how I make all of this happen. And yeah. Alright guys, so if you made it this far, welcome to the end of the video. Again, if you like what you see, if you like what you watch, like, comment, subscribe. And then I haven't been posting the food section in the previous episodes, so check out the food that we have been eating, the drinks, and all of that good stuff. See you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Oh my god, that's so beautiful.